What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I am going to talk about how to navigate the holidays while maintaining your weight loss progress. It's not going to be about making progress through the holidays because maybe that's just not realistic, but at least you want to maintain the progress that you've made so far, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do it. There's a couple ways to do it. Number one is going to be meal timing, okay? So, for example, this week, today is Monday. This week, Thanksgiving is on Thursday. So, what I can do is I can do a little bit of calorie cycling, bring calories down a little bit a couple days before and a couple days after. And then Thanksgiving Day, I have a little bit more calories to play with, maybe like 300, 400, 500 extra calories to play with on Thanksgiving Day, which is pretty awesome. That means I can have that pecan pie, whatever I want. Okay, so that's rule number one, is meal timing. Okay, another way I can do this is intermittent fasting, which I talk a lot about, but it's not necessarily something I do anymore. I've found that for me, intermittent fasting, it was no longer effective, so I don't really do it that much unless I'm super busy. I kind of do it on accident. But intermittent fasting can be a great way to navigate a super busy day. So let's say Thanksgiving Day comes and you know that you're going to eat like 3,000 calories, maintenance is 2,000, okay? Forget about the numbers, they don't matter. But what you're going to do is you're going to skip breakfast, and then maybe for lunch, you have like a protein shake and an apple. Or you have a salad with some chicken and some low-fat dressing, right? Just simple, just low-carb, low-fat meals. And then that way you're saving most of your carbs and fats for dinner. Most of your calories for dinner. You're still eating the same amount of calories. And it doesn't matter when you eat those calories. It only matters how many calories you eat on the whole. So it really doesn't matter if you eat them all in one meal or if you eat them in 6 small meals, okay? So meal timing is going to be one way to do that. And fasting or calorie cycling are 2 ways that you can do that. So number 2 is going to be make sure that you are super hydrated. And I don't mean like having 2 glasses of water before. I mean like having almost a gallon of water before that meal. Why? Because water is going to fill you up. It's going to keep you busy. It's going to keep those hunger signals down. And you're going to be able to eat less food because you're going to feel like you have more food in your stomach. So the more water you have in you, the less hungry you're going to feel, the less bloating you're going to have, and the less it's going to affect your weight on the scale the next day. Okay? So that's number 2, is stay super hydrated. Number 3 is going to be make sure that no matter what you do, you get back on track the next day or the next meal. Okay? So in other words, don't let one day of holiday eating turn into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of holiday eating. Leftovers are a bad idea. Unless you are broke, you have no money in your bank account, and you really need those leftovers to get you through till your next paycheck, that's fine. Do what you gotta do for you financially. I'm talking about for those people who are in a good spot financially, who don't need to worry about where the next meal is coming from. This is for you. You need to be conscious that if you have those leftovers in your fridge, you're going to eat them. You're probably not going to track the butter, the sugar, the extra fats that are in those kind of foods because you don't normally eat those kind of foods if you've lost a good amount of weight so far. So you don't want to keep those leftovers. They're only going to screw you up. So don't bring home leftovers. Don't let Thanksgiving turn into Thanks Week. That's dumb. I don't know why I said that. Don't let Thanksgiving turn into 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days worth of eating Thanksgiving foods. It's just not worth the bang for the buck. So the next day after Thanksgiving, don't bring the pecan pie home. Don't bring the mashed potatoes home. Just do your thing. Get back on track the next day and you will be much better off that you did. All right, so those are my tips to navigate in the holidays. A lot of people tend to have this mentality of, oh, I'm going to get back on track, and then they have a hard time after the holidays getting back on track. Maybe they gain 5 pounds from mostly water weight. They step on the scale the next day. That's another thing too, guys. Do not step on the scale the day after Thanksgiving. Why? Because carbohydrates will make you weigh more on the scale. I can get into the science behind water retention and all that. It's really not necessary. But just know that carbohydrates will make you weigh more on the scale the next day. So when you weigh in, you're gonna think that you messed everything up, and then that one day it's easier to now throw away 2 days because you feel like you already messed up. So what's the point? I'll just get back on track on Monday. Monday comes, now all of a sudden instead of 5 pounds heavier, you're 8 pounds heavier. Now you're like, oh man, I'm almost back at my weight that I started at. And then it's easier and easier to throw away the progress that you made. It's a really slippery slope. I've been there. Don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for that crap. It's not worth it, guys. The scale is not a great indicator of fat gain and fat loss. It may be able to tell you a little bit about what's going on, but make sure you take waist measurements. And by waist measurements, I mean around the belly button and straight to your back. Around the belly button and straight around the back. That's gonna be a good indicator of whether you're gaining fat or not. If the waist is going up, chances are you gained a little body fat. But remember, one day, you're not going to gain body fat in one day. It takes 3,500 calories to gain 1 pound of fat. So that's in excess of your maintenance. So if your maintenance is 2,000 calories, this means you have to eat 5,500 calories in one day just to gain 1 pound of fat. It's not likely. You're probably not going to be able to eat that many calories. You're probably not going to want to eat that many calories. That just sounds like the itis. Oh, and fun fact, the reason why you get sleepy on Thanksgiving is not from the tryptophan in the turkey, guys. Tryptophan is actually more present in carbohydrates. So the reason you get sleepy on Thanksgiving is not from the turkey. It's actually from all the carbs that you eat. Because think about it. You're having gravy has carbs. Stuffing has carbs. Mashed potato has carbs. Yams have carbs, right? You're having a lot of different carb sources. And then if you're my family, we also have like pecan pie. We'll have the pumpkin pie. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So now you're carbs on carbs on carbs. Little protein, a good amount of fat. It's mostly all carbs and fat. So this is why you get kind of sleepy and tired after a Thanksgiving meal. All right, but either way, just have fun and enjoy it and get back on track the next day. All right, don't stress on it. You got this. And if you need any help, you can leave a comment down below and I'll answer your questions maybe in another video. And that's really all I got to say. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.